The NCAA tournament run begins for Xavier tomorrow afternoon in Jacksonville, Florida with a 4:10 tip against Ole Miss. Musketeers watched the Rebels game in Dayton last night at their team hotel. Saw a little bit of everything in that one. The game was so different from half to half, they probably started preparing for BYU. But a funny thing happened on the way to a game with the Cougars. The Rebels scored 62 second-half points, outscoring BYU by 17 over the final 20 minutes, and they stole the Cougars' spot in Florida. That's the NCAA tournament for you. So's this. Very little time for everyone to prepare now and get to their game sites. So do the Muskies really have a big advantage tomorrow?
Well, I think it's a balance. You know, just as their travel is rough, you know, being able to prepare essentially in 36 hours for a team isn't easy either. But both teams are in the same situation. I'm sure by the time game time comes around tomorrow at 4 o'clock or so, both teams will be very well prepared.
Bearcats will open play in their 5th straight NCAA tournament tomorrow at 7:15 in Louisville against Purdue. If they survive that challenge from the big talented team from the Big Ten, they'll get the even bigger and more talented, not to mention undefeated Kentucky Wildcats. But Mick Cronin, even when he's not coaching, is still focusing, and the Cats aren't his concern right now.
I wish them well. Who do they play? It tells you where my mind's at. On my radio show the other night, they asked me to pick the Final Four. I said, I think Notre Dame's playing well. They said, they're in your bracket. I didn't even know. You know, I'm all on Purdue.
And the eyes of most of the nation will be fixated on Louisville tomorrow night at 9:45 when 34-0 Kentucky tips off its tournament run. John Calipari's guys are 6 wins from the perfect season, which would be the first with a title since 1976 when Bob Knight's Hoosiers pulled it off. It's a lot of pressure. Now the pressure will ratchet up a few thousand notches. Didn't matter if Kentucky lost before. Some actually argued it would have been beneficial, but no longer. Lose now and they become a footnote in history and an easy-to-answer trivia question. A lot of pressure for 19-year-old kids. Good news is, though, they've been getting everyone's best shot since before Thanksgiving.
You know, they've done a little bit of talking to us, but Coach Cal has stressed that to us and how important these big games are. And you know, I feel like, you know, we've been in a couple of big games already and that we'd be ready for these.
Like Book said, you know, Coach Cal has stressed it to us how big these games are, but I think we'll be ready for it. We've had a lot of big games over the season, so we just can't wait.
They'll wait till 9:40 tomorrow night. High school hoops in Kentucky this evening at Rupp Arena, and Covcat moving on. State Sweet 16 winner over Campbell County behind 20 points from Cole Von Handorf. That puts the sophomore at more than 1,000 points for his career. State quarterfinal Friday at 1:30. And Moeller was at CINCINNATI tonight in the regional semifinals of Ohio against Springfield. Crusaders in the half-court set and running textbook half-court offense. Look at this backdoor feed. Kenneth Weed finds Keegan McDowell, and Keegan lays it in for the early Crusader lead. Crusaders down 1 now. Look at this hesitation and stutter in the open floor. Nate Georgeton absorbs the hit. Moeller up 1. Springfield, however, did not go away. Danny Davis from the wing, from deep. Wildcats take the lead. That ended up being a big bucket. Springfield beats Moeller by 4, 51-47, advancing to the regional final at CINCINNATI. Reds lit up by the White Sox today, losing a 9-4 decision to Chicago. Rough outing for Jason Marquis as he battles for a spot in the rotation. Big day, though, for Todd Frazier. A couple RBIs and his 2nd home run in as many days. Reds will get the Texas Rangers tomorrow in Goodyear. And we're back.